Ahoy, mateys! Prepare to hoist the mainsail on a thrilling journey not across the high seas but through the annals of history itself. We're about to delve into a world far removed from the swashbuckling cliches of Hollywood, a world of surprisingly sophisticated finance, shrewd investment, and breathtaking fortunes amassed by those often romanticized as mere rogues and scoundrels, pirates. Forget the tattered rags and parrots perched on shoulders. While the image of the drunken, one-eyed pirate remains stubbornly entrenched in popular culture, the reality is far more complex and fascinating. Many successful pirates were astute businessmen, masters of logistics, and surprisingly skilled negotiators. Their operations, far from chaotic, were often highly organized enterprises demanding strategic planning, effective teamwork, and a ruthless pragmatism that allowed them to accumulate unimaginable wealth. Yes, you heard that right, unimaginable wealth. We're not talking about a few doubloons and a chest full of trinkets. Some pirates amassed fortunes that rivaled and in some cases exceeded the wealth of entire nations at the time. Their treasures weren't just gold and jewels, they were the spoils of empires, the fruits of meticulously planned heists, and the product of shrewd investments made long after the cannon smoke cleared. This isn't just a tale of buried treasure and hidden coves. It's a story of power, ambition, and the remarkable capacity of human ingenuity, even when applied to the fringes of legality. We'll be exploring the lives and fortunes of the wealthiest buccaneers who ever sailed the seven seas, unearthing the secrets behind their success, and revealing the often overlooked business acumen that propelled them to the top of the pirate hierarchy. Prepare yourselves to be surprised, to be challenged, and to be utterly captivated by the untold stories of these maritime magnates. For tonight, we journey beyond the rum and plunder to uncover the true, astonishing scale of pirate wealth. So batten down the hatches and let the countdown begin. We'll start with the least wealthy of our top 10, building the suspense until we reach the undisputed king of the pirate riches. Buckle your seatbelts because this is going to be one heck of a ride. To truly understand the staggering wealth accumulated by some pirates, we must first set sail back to the era that birthed these maritime mavericks, the golden age of piracy spanning roughly from the late 17th to the early 18th centuries. This wasn't just a random eruption of lawless behavior, it was a phenomenon fueled by a perfect storm of historical circumstances. Imagine a world crisscrossed by bustling global trade routes laden with riches from the East Indies, the Americas, and Europe. These merchant ships, often heavily laden with gold, silver, spices, and other valuable commodities, represented a tempting target for those with a taste for adventure and a disregard for the law. The vastness of the oceans, coupled with weak governance in many regions, created a lawless expanse where pirates could operate with relative impunity. The sheer scale of the maritime trade provided an almost limitless supply of potential targets. Consider the political landscape of the time. European powers were engaged in constant conflicts, often diverting resources away from naval protection of their merchant fleets. This created a vacuum, a vulnerable underbelly ripe for exploitation by daring seafarers willing to risk everything for a chance at unimaginable riches. Governments, preoccupied with larger geopolitical struggles, often lacked the capacity or the will to effectively police the vast stretches of ocean. Moreover, the very nature of maritime trade contributed to the rise of piracy. Ships often traveled long distances, vulnerable for extended periods, making them easy prey for well-organized pirate crews. The lack of reliable communication also played a crucial role. News of pirate attacks often traveled slowly, allowing pirate crews to strike repeatedly before authorities could mount an effective response. Furthermore, the relatively low wages paid to sailors on merchant ships created fertile ground for discontent. Many sailors facing harsh conditions and meager pay were tempted to join pirate crews where the potential rewards, though risky, were infinitely greater. This constant influx of experienced sailors swelled the ranks of pirate crews, bolstering their capabilities and increasing their effectiveness. The golden age of piracy wasn't just about daring raids, it was a complex interplay of political instability, economic opportunity, and social unrest, all coming together to create the perfect breeding ground for some of history's most successful and wealthy pirates. And now, let's delve into the lives of those who mastered this chaotic landscape, turning the seas into their personal gold mines. So, we've set the stage, explored the historical context, and now we face a crucial question: how do we possibly determine the wealth of pirates who lived centuries ago? It's a challenge, to say the least. Unlike modern billionaires whose net worth is meticulously tracked by financial institutions, the fortunes of pirates are shrouded in the mists of time, leaving us to rely on fragmented evidence and educated estimations. Imagine trying to reconstruct a financial empire built on plundered ships, buried treasure, and clandestine transactions, all without the benefit of detailed banking records or tax returns. It's a detective's dream and a historian's nightmare. Many pirate records were deliberately destroyed or lost at sea, leaving us with incomplete, sometimes contradictory accounts. The very nature of piracy, secrecy, and evasion makes accurate assessment incredibly difficult. Nevertheless, we've developed a methodology that, while imperfect, allows us to make informed estimations. Our primary source is the value of the loot seized by pirates. Contemporary accounts, albeit often biased or exaggerated, provide glimpses into the scale of their plunder. We analyze these accounts, cross-referencing them with information on the value of commodities at the time, adjusting for inflation, and considering the complexities of the global economy during the golden age of piracy. It's a painstaking process, requiring careful consideration of various factors. We must account for the fact that not all loot was gold and jewels. Much of it consisted of goods like spices, textiles, and other valuable commodities whose worth fluctuated depending on market conditions. Furthermore, pirates often invested their earnings, further complicating the task of assessing their overall wealth. Some may have stashed their treasure in hidden locations, leaving behind no trace of their holdings. Therefore, the figures we present should be viewed as educated approximations, not precise calculations. Our rankings reflect the best possible estimations based on available historical data. We've employed a rigorous approach combining quantitative analysis of documented loot with qualitative interpretations of historical accounts to create a comprehensive, albeit imperfect, picture of pirate wealth. This careful methodology allows us to offer a compelling, if not entirely precise, ranking of the richest pirates in history. Now, let's embark on this fascinating journey through the annals of piracy, exploring the fortunes of these remarkable figures one by one. At number 5 on our list, we encounter a legend whose name still echoes through the annals of piracy, Bartholomew Roberts, better known as Black Bart. His story isn't just about plunder, it's a testament to ruthless efficiency and strategic brilliance. Unlike many of his contemporaries who spent years building their reputations, Roberts achieved astonishing success in a remarkably short time. His career as a pirate, though tragically brief, was nothing short of meteoric. He began his piratical pursuits in 1719, and within just 3 years he had amassed a fortune that places him among the wealthiest pirates in history. His success wasn't due to luck alone. Roberts was a master strategist, meticulous planner, and a charismatic leader who inspired unwavering loyalty among his crew. One of his defining characteristics was his tactical acumen. He was known for his innovative approach to naval combat, employing clever strategies and adapting his tactics to suit the circumstances. He wasn't just a brute force raider, he was a thinking pirate, capable of outsmarting even the most experienced naval officers. This intellectual edge gave him a significant advantage over his opponents. Roberts commanded a formidable fleet, and his heists were legendary. He plundered numerous ships, targeting heavily laden merchant vessels carrying valuable cargo across the Atlantic. His targets weren't just random, he meticulously chose his prey, focusing on vessels known to be carrying significant wealth. His crew, instilled with his unwavering confidence and discipline, executed his plans with precision and efficiency. While precise figures are difficult to obtain, estimates suggest that Black Bart's plunder, adjusted for inflation, would amount to tens, if not hundreds, of millions of dollars in today's money. This staggering wealth reflects not only the sheer volume of his successful raids but also the value of the goods he seized. He was a master of his craft, skillfully navigating the treacherous waters of the Atlantic, amassing a fortune that cemented his place among the most successful pirates of the Golden Age. But even Black Bart's reign of terror eventually came to an end, a stark reminder that even the most formidable pirates were ultimately vulnerable. His story, however, remains a compelling tale of ambition, daring, and the pursuit of unimaginable riches. Let's now turn our attention to the next name on our list, a figure whose legend is equally captivating. Bartholomew Roberts wasn't just a successful pirate, he was a master tactician, a shrewd strategist, and a remarkably effective leader. His success wasn't a matter of luck, it was the direct result of a carefully cultivated discipline, an unparalleled ability to inspire loyalty, and a truly innovative approach to naval warfare. Unlike many of his contemporaries who relied on brute force and chaotic attacks, Roberts operated with a level of organization and planning that was exceptional for the time. His ships were not simply vessels of plunder, they were well-maintained, efficient machines of war. Roberts insisted on strict discipline among his crew. This wasn't about blind obedience, it was about creating a cohesive and efficient fighting force. He established a clear code of conduct, ensuring that his men understood their roles and responsibilities. This discipline, coupled with his fair distribution of spoils, fostered a level of loyalty rarely seen among pirate crews. Men fought for Roberts not just for the riches, but also for the respect and camaraderie he fostered. Roberts' innovative approach to sea battles set him apart. He didn't engage in reckless, head-on confrontations. Instead, he employed clever tactics, using the element of surprise and exploiting the weaknesses of his opponents. He understood the importance of reconnaissance, meticulously studying his targets before launching an attack. He'd often utilize smaller, faster ships to scout ahead, gathering crucial intelligence on the size, armament, and crew of his targets. His battles weren't just about brute strength, they were carefully orchestrated engagements, leveraging the strengths of his ships and crew while exploiting the vulnerabilities of his enemies. He was adept at maneuvering his vessels, using the wind and currents to his advantage, often placing his ships in strategic positions that maximized his firepower and minimized his exposure. Roberts wasn't just a pirate, he was a naval commander, employing strategies that would impress even the most seasoned admirals. This combination of discipline, loyalty, and innovative tactics made him virtually unstoppable, contributing significantly to his remarkable success and the vast fortune he accumulated. His legacy transcends mere plunder, it stands as a testament to the power of strategic thinking and effective leadership in even the most lawless of environments. The next pirate on our list also possessed impressive strategic skills, albeit with a different approach. The reign of Bartholomew Roberts, however, was not destined to last forever. In 1722, after a remarkably successful 3-year career, his luck finally ran out. During a fierce battle off the coast of present-day Ghana, Roberts met his demise. Accounts of his death vary, but the most widely accepted version describes a chaotic engagement where he was struck by a cannonball, bringing his reign of terror to a dramatic and sudden end. His death marked the end of an era, scattering his formidable crew and ultimately dispersing his considerable fortune. The exact fate of Roberts' accumulated wealth remains shrouded in some mystery. While some of his treasure was likely recovered by the authorities, a significant portion undoubtedly disappeared, swallowed by the sea or secreted away by his crew. The dispersal of his vast fortune contributes to the difficulty in accurately assessing his total wealth, leaving historians to rely on estimations based on the ships he plundered and the value of their cargo. Despite the uncertainty surrounding the precise details of his wealth, Black Bart's legacy continues to resonate. His name and exploits have been immortalized in countless books, films, and documentaries, cementing his place in popular culture as one of the most iconic figures of the golden age of piracy. He remains a symbol of daring adventure, ruthless efficiency, and the pursuit of unimaginable riches. His story fuels our imagination, capturing the spirit of rebellion and the allure of a life lived on the edge. His impact extends beyond mere entertainment. Roberts' strategic brilliance and innovative naval tactics have been studied by historians and military strategists alike, offering valuable insights into maritime warfare and leadership. His story serves as a fascinating case study in the dynamics of power, the psychology of leadership, and the complexities of human ambition. The enduring appeal of Black Bart lies not just in his wealth but in the compelling narrative of his rise and fall, a testament to the enduring allure of piracy and the captivating figures who shaped this turbulent period of maritime history. His legend continues to inspire, reminding us of the extraordinary individuals who defied the norms and left an indelible mark on history. Let us now delve into the life and times of another legendary pirate whose wealth rivaled even that of Black Bart. Few names evoke the image of piracy quite like Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard. His fearsome reputation preceded him, a carefully cultivated persona that served as a potent weapon in his arsenal. Blackbeard wasn't just a pirate, he was a master of psychological warfare. His iconic appearance, a tangled beard interwoven with lit fuses, a terrifying visage further enhanced by pistols tucked into his waistband, instilled terror in the hearts of his victims long before any actual violence occurred. This intimidation often proved more effective than any actual combat, leading to the surrender of many ships without a single shot fired. Blackbeard's tactics extended beyond mere intimidation. He was a skilled seaman, adept at maneuvering his ships and utilizing the cover of darkness and fog to his advantage. He understood the power of surprise and employed it ruthlessly, launching swift and unexpected attacks that often left his opponents disoriented and unprepared. These tactics, coupled with his fearsome reputation, allowed him to amass a significant fortune in a relatively short period. Estimating Blackbeard's exact wealth is, as always, challenging due to the lack of precise records. However, based on the number of ships he captured and the value of their cargo, historians believe his plunder was substantial, though likely less than that of Robert's. While Blackbeard's terror tactics were undeniably effective, Robert's more disciplined and strategic approach arguably yielded greater returns. The difference in their wealth likely reflects not only their individual skills but also the varying opportunities and challenges they encountered during their respective careers. Blackbeard's reign of terror, while shorter than Robert's, was undeniably impactful, leaving an indelible mark on the annals of pirate history. The comparison between Roberts and Blackbeard highlights the diverse strategies employed by successful pirates. While Roberts excelled through meticulous planning and unwavering discipline, Blackbeard relied on intimidation and surprise. Both, however, demonstrated a mastery of their chosen tactics, achieving remarkable success in a time when fortunes could be made and lost as quickly as a ship could be captured. Their contrasting approaches underscore the multifaceted nature of piracy during the Golden Age, a period rich in daring exploits and audacious individuals. The next pirate on our list took a different approach altogether, focusing on a different type of maritime enterprise. Edward Teach, the infamous Blackbeard, wasn't just a skilled pirate. He was a master strategist who understood the power of perception. He wielded fear as a weapon, cultivating a terrifying image that often proved more effective than brute force. His legendary beard, braided with lit slow matches, was more than just a stylistic choice. It was a carefully crafted symbol of menace, a visual representation of his untamed nature and the fiery destruction he could unleash. Blackbeard's theatrics extended beyond his appearance. Before engaging in battle, he would often employ elaborate displays of intimidation. He would order his crew to fire their cannons wildly, creating a deafening barrage of sound and a chaotic spectacle designed to overwhelm and demoralize his opponents. This carefully orchestrated chaos, coupled with his terrifying appearance, often induced immediate surrender, saving him the time, resources, and risk associated with full-scale combat. His psychological warfare extended beyond the battlefield. Stories of his brutality, often exaggerated and spread by his own men, circulated among merchant ships, creating an aura of fear that preceded his arrival. This carefully cultivated reputation made him a formidable force, even before his ships appeared on the horizon. Captains, hearing tales of his mercilessness and the horrors inflicted on those who dared to resist, frequently chose to surrender without a fight. Blackbeard's strategy was far from random chaos. He understood the psychology of fear and exploited it masterfully. He knew that terror could paralyze even the bravest sailors, rendering them incapable of effective resistance. By creating an atmosphere of dread and uncertainty, he often achieved his objectives without resorting to prolonged and costly battles. This shrewd approach allowed him to maximize his gains with minimal risk, a testament to his strategic brilliance and understanding of human nature. His tactics were a calculated blend of intimidation, deception, and carefully orchestrated chaos, a potent combination that transformed him into a legend, a testament to the power of psychological warfare on the high seas. This approach, while brutal, proved remarkably effective, contributing significantly to his success and the accumulation of his considerable fortune. The next pirate on our list, however, took a different approach altogether. Despite his fearsome reputation and considerable success, Blackbeard's reign of terror was relatively short-lived. In 1718, Lieutenant Robert Maynard, acting on orders from the governor of Virginia, confronted Blackbeard in a fierce battle near Ocracoke Island. The clash was brutal, a chaotic melee of cutlasses and pistols, a dramatic end to the life of a legendary pirate. Blackbeard, wounded multiple times, fought with ferocious determination but ultimately succumbed to his injuries, his life ending as violently as it had been lived. His death, however, did not mark the end of his legend. The aftermath of Blackbeard's demise only served to solidify his place in history. His head, famously displayed on the bowsprit of Maynard's ship, became a macabre trophy, a testament to the end of a formidable pirate. The stories surrounding his death, embellished over time, added further layers to his already formidable legend, transforming him into a figure of both terror and fascination. Blackbeard's impact extends far beyond the historical record. His name continues to resonate in popular culture, fueling the imaginations of writers, filmmakers, and artists for centuries. He has become an archetype, the quintessential pirate, embodying the romance and danger of the seafaring life. From novels and films to video games and theme parks, Blackbeard's image remains a powerful symbol of the golden age of piracy, a testament to the enduring allure of his legend. He's been portrayed as a ruthless villain, a cunning strategist, and even a charismatic leader, reflecting the multifaceted nature of his persona and the enduring power of his story. The enduring popularity of Blackbeard demonstrates the power of myth-making and the human fascination with figures who defy convention and challenge authority. His legacy, cemented in popular culture, ensures that the name Edward Teach, Blackbeard, will continue to inspire awe, fear, and fascination for generations to come. His story, though ultimately tragic, reminds us of the enduring power of a well-crafted legend, a legacy far exceeding the tangible wealth he accumulated during his relatively short but spectacular career. Now, let's turn our attention to another formidable figure of the golden age of piracy. At number 3 on our list of history's wealthiest pirates, we encounter a figure shrouded in mystery and legend. Henry Every, a name that echoes through the annals of piracy as synonymous with audacious ambition and unimaginable wealth. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Every wasn't known for prolonged campaigns of terror. His claim to fame and his staggering fortune rests on a single, spectacular event, the audacious capture of the Ganjai. In 1695, Every and his crew, operating off the coast of the Indian Ocean, encountered the Ganjai, a massive Mughal ship laden with an unimaginable treasure. This wasn't just any merchant vessel, it was a floating palace carrying the spoils of the Mughal Empire, a treasure trove of unimaginable riches. Every, with a daring plan and a well-trained crew, launched a swift and decisive attack, overwhelming the Mughal defenses and seizing control of the opulent vessel. The plunder from the Ganjai was staggering, an absolute windfall that catapulted Every into the upper echelons of pirate wealth. Reports, though often exaggerated, speak of mountains of gold, precious jewels, silks, and spices, a haul so immense that it sent shockwaves through the global financial system. The sheer scale of his loot dwarfs that of most other pirates, solidifying Every's place as one of the richest, if not the richest, pirate in history. The exact amount remains a subject of debate among historians, lost to the mists of time and the secrecy surrounding Every's operations. However, the story of Henry Every is as much about his mysterious disappearance as it is about his incredible wealth. After his audacious heist, Every vanished, seemingly dissolving into thin air. Some say he shrewdly invested his fortune, retiring to live a life of quiet luxury, far removed from the dangers of the high seas. Others whisper of betrayals and ambushes, of a violent end to his life, a fitting climax to a life filled with peril and adventure. His ultimate fate remains a mystery, adding another layer of intrigue to his already legendary status. The legend of Henry Every serves as a potent reminder of the unpredictable nature of the golden age of piracy, a time of immense wealth, daring exploits, and ultimately an era where fortunes were made and lost with equal measure. The mystery surrounding his disappearance only enhances his legendary status, cementing his place as one of the most enigmatic and successful pirates in history. His story, a blend of audacious daring and enigmatic disappearance, leaves us with more questions than answers, a fitting legacy for a figure who remains, even centuries later, one of the most fascinating and potentially wealthiest pirates the world has ever known. Let's now explore another significant figure in this thrilling saga of maritime adventure and untold riches. The year is 1695. Off the coast of the Indian Ocean, a daring plan was about to unfold, an audacious heist that would forever etch Henry Every's name into the annals of piracy. The target, the Ganjai, a massive Mughal ship, a floating palace brimming with the unimaginable wealth of the Mughal Empire. This was no ordinary merchant vessel, it was a treasure chest on the high seas, carrying silks, spices, gold, and jewels beyond measure. Every, with his cunning and his crew's unwavering loyalty, had carefully plotted this audacious raid. Every's attack wasn't a reckless brawl, it was a carefully orchestrated masterpiece of strategic planning and precise execution. His crew, a force to be reckoned with, overwhelmed the Mughal defenses with a swift and decisive assault, utilizing their superior tactics and seamanship to gain the upper hand. The battle, though fierce, was relatively short, a testament to Evries' strategic brilliance and the meticulous planning that went into the operation. The Ganjai, a symbol of Mughal power, fell to the might of this masterful pirate. The scale of the loot was staggering, a windfall that dwarfed the fortunes of most other pirates. While precise figures remain elusive, lost to the mists of time and the secrecy surrounding Evries' operations, historical accounts speak of mountains of gold, precious jewels, silks, and spices. A treasure so immense that it sent shockwaves throughout the global financial landscape. The sheer magnitude of the plunder significantly impacted the Mughal Empire's economy, a direct consequence of Evries' daring raid. The event shook the political landscape, highlighting the vulnerability of even the most powerful empires to the audacious acts of skilled pirates. The Ganjai heist wasn't just a successful pirate raid, it was a strategic masterpiece, a bold stroke that redefined the parameters of piracy. It demonstrated the potential for immense wealth to be acquired through daring and cunning, a testament to the strategic prowess of Evries and his crew. The impact of this single event reverberated across the globe, highlighting the vulnerability of even the mightiest empires to the audacity and skill of skilled seafaring raiders. It stands as a pivotal moment in the history of piracy, a tale of daring, riches, and lasting impact, a story that continues to fascinate and inspire centuries later. Let us now delve further into the world of these daring seafarers. The story of Henry Evries isn't just about unimaginable riches, it's also a captivating tale of mystery and disappearance. After his audacious heist of the Ganjai, Evries vanished, leaving behind a legacy of untold wealth and a profound enigma. What became of this enigmatic pirate king? The answer, unfortunately, remains lost to the sands of time, fueling centuries of speculation and countless theories. One popular theory suggests Evries cleverly invested his fortune, retiring to a life of quiet luxury, far removed from the treacherous world of piracy. Perhaps he settled in a remote location, his identity carefully concealed, living out his days surrounded by the fruits of his daring exploits. This image of a shrewd pirate, cleverly escaping the clutches of justice and enjoying a comfortable retirement, has captured the imagination of many. However, other theories paint a far more dramatic and violent end to Evries' life. Some historians suggest he was betrayed by his own crew, falling victim to internal conflict and avarice. The immense wealth he accumulated could have easily fueled such treachery, resulting in a violent confrontation that cost him his life. This scenario, a tragic end for a once powerful pirate, adds a darker twist to the already captivating narrative. Another intriguing possibility points to a life on the run, constantly evading capture by authorities determined to bring him to justice. The vastness of the oceans could have provided the perfect cover, allowing him to blend into the anonymity of distant ports and trade routes, always looking over his shoulder, forever haunted by the consequences of his actions. This theory paints a picture of a fugitive, relentlessly pursued, a constant battle for survival against the relentless pursuit of justice. Ultimately, the truth about Evries' fate remains elusive, a tantalizing mystery that continues to fascinate and intrigue. The lack of definitive evidence allows for a multitude of interpretations, each adding another layer of complexity to his captivating story. He remains a symbol of the unpredictable nature of the golden age of piracy, a testament to the allure of immense wealth and the shadowy, enigmatic world of maritime adventure. His legacy, interwoven with the threads of untold riches and enduring mystery, will continue to captivate generations to come. The enduring questions surrounding his final years serve as a potent reminder of the unpredictable nature of life and fortune during that turbulent period of history. And now, let's move on to another compelling figure in our ranking. Now, let's sail into the waters of the South China Sea, where a different kind of pirate tale unfolds, the story of Ching I Saw, a name that echoes through history as a testament to female power and cunning in the male-dominated world of piracy. Unlike many of her male counterparts, Ching I Saw's rise to power wasn't solely based on brute force. It was a shrewd combination of strategic alliances, astute leadership, and a unique approach to the business of piracy. Born in the late 18th century, Ching I Saw initially worked as a prostitute before marrying a pirate captain. Upon his death, she inherited his command, taking the reins of his fleet and transforming it into a formidable force, a testament to her ambition and leadership skills. She wasn't content with simply inheriting power. She actively expanded her influence, forging alliances with other pirate leaders and gradually consolidating control over a vast network of ships and crews. Under Ching I Saw's command, the pirate fleet reached unprecedented size and wealth. Estimates suggest that at its peak, Her forces commanded hundreds of ships and thousands of sailors, a formidable armada that ruled the seas with an iron fist, yet also with a surprising degree of order and discipline. Her wealth, accumulated through strategic raids on merchant ships and coastal towns, was immense, placing her firmly among the richest pirates in history. But what truly sets Chiang Ai-saw apart is her unique approach to piracy. Unlike many of her contemporaries who relied on brute force and violence, Chiang Ai-saw implemented a structured code of conduct within her fleet. She established a clear hierarchy, fair distribution of spoils, and surprisingly lenient rules regarding plunder. This organizational structure fostered loyalty and discipline amongst her crew, making her fleet exceptionally effective and resilient. She also famously implemented a unique system of shared profits and a clear structure of promotion within her ranks, encouraging loyalty and collaboration among her diverse crew. Moreover, Chiang Ai-saw's understanding of naval strategy and her ability to adapt to changing circumstances allowed her to successfully evade the authorities for a considerable period. Her fleet was a well-oiled machine capable of coordinating large-scale operations with precision and efficiency. She proved herself not only a cunning strategist but also a capable leader, effectively managing her vast fleet and securing immense wealth. While precise figures remain elusive, her legendary status as one of history's wealthiest pirates remains undeniable. Her story stands as a testament to the complexity of piracy, demonstrating that success wasn't always about ruthless violence, but also about leadership, organization, and strategic acumen. The legacy of Chiang Ai-saw continues to fascinate, challenging traditional narratives of piracy and highlighting the remarkable resilience and power of one extraordinary woman. And now let's continue our journey. Chiang Ai-saw's success wasn't merely a matter of luck, it was a testament to her exceptional strategic thinking and her ability to forge and maintain powerful alliances. Unlike many pirate captains who operated independently, she understood the power of collaboration, skillfully weaving a network of relationships that solidified her dominance in the South China Sea. Her fleet wasn't just a collection of ships, it was a sophisticated, well-organized network operating under a surprisingly structured hierarchy. Her strategic brilliance extended beyond simple alliances. She understood the importance of maintaining a disciplined and loyal crew, a feat rarely achieved in the chaotic world of piracy. Unlike the often brutal methods of her contemporaries, she implemented a structured code of conduct, ensuring fair distribution of spoils and offering opportunities for advancement within her ranks. This wasn't simply a matter of generosity, it was a calculated strategy to foster loyalty and maintain the effectiveness of her fleet. This shrewd management extended to her interactions with other pirate captains. She didn't simply conquer, she negotiated, forming alliances based on mutual benefit and respect. This allowed her to expand her influence without resorting to constant warfare, conserving resources and maintaining a strong position within the complex power dynamics of the region. Her ability to forge and maintain these alliances speaks volumes about her political acumen and her understanding of the intricate web of relationships that governed the pirate world. Furthermore, Chiang Ai-saw possessed an uncanny ability to adapt to changing circumstances. She understood the importance of flexibility in a constantly evolving environment, adjusting her strategies to capitalize on opportunities and mitigate threats. Her adaptability, combined with her strategic alliances and effective leadership, allowed her to maintain her dominance for an extended period, a remarkable feat in the volatile world of 19th-century piracy. The building and maintenance of her pirate empire weren't simply a matter of brute force, they were the result of calculated decisions, strategic alliances, and a clear understanding of the political and economic landscape. She didn't simply plunder, she built a complex network of relationships, maintained a disciplined force, and adapted to the ever-shifting tides of power. This masterful blend of strategic brilliance and astute leadership cemented Chiang Ai-saw's place among history's most successful and wealthiest pirates. Her story challenges the simplistic view of piracy as mere mindless violence, highlighting the crucial role of intelligent strategy and calculated risk in building a powerful and enduring pirate empire. And now, let's delve into the fascinating life of another notorious pirate. The story of Chiang Ai-saw doesn't end with a dramatic battle or a mysterious disappearance. Instead, it concludes with a remarkable act of calculated surrender, a testament to her strategic brilliance and understanding of political realities. In 1810, she negotiated a peaceful surrender with the Qing government, securing amnesty for herself and her crew in exchange for the dissolution of her pirate fleet. This wasn't a sign of weakness, but a strategic maneuver, a recognition that the tide had turned and that continued resistance would prove futile. Her retirement, far from being an ignominious end, was a triumphant exit, securing the wealth she had amassed and ensuring the safety of her followers. This strategic retreat further cemented her legacy as a shrewd and pragmatic leader. She understood the limitations of power and the importance of knowing when to negotiate rather than fight. Her decision to retire, far from diminishing her reputation, solidified her image as a woman who not only built a formidable pirate empire but also knew when to strategically withdraw, securing her future and the well-being of those under her command. Chung Aisa's impact on pirate history extends far beyond her wealth and power. She stands as a remarkable figure, challenging the traditionally male-dominated narrative of piracy. Her story serves as a powerful counterpoint to the often violent and brutal depictions of pirates, highlighting the role of leadership, strategy, and organizational skill in building a successful and highly profitable enterprise. She is a symbol of female empowerment in a world where women were rarely afforded such influence or authority. Moreover, Chiang Ai-sa's legacy resonates today, inspiring discussions about gender roles, leadership, and the complexities of power. Her story is a stark reminder that success in any field, even the cutthroat world of piracy, requires more than just brute force. It demands strategic thinking, effective leadership, and the ability to navigate complex political landscapes. Her tale continues to captivate and inspire, serving as a testament to the enduring human capacity for ambition, resilience, and shrewd calculation even in the most unexpected circumstances. Her story transcends the simple narrative of a pirate queen. It becomes a compelling exploration of power, strategy, and the enduring influence of a remarkable woman who shaped the course of maritime history. Her legacy is a complex tapestry woven from threads of ambition, cunning, and ultimately, strategic wisdom. It's a testament to the fact that true power isn't always about wielding a sword. Sometimes, it's about knowing when to sheath it. And so, as we conclude this exploration of history's richest pirates, let's remember that the tales of these seafaring adventurers are more than just thrilling stories. They're captivating glimpses into a world of complex power dynamics, strategic brilliance, and the enduring human quest for wealth and influence. And now, we arrive at the top of our list, a figure whose relatively short but incredibly impactful career secured him a place among history's wealthiest pirates. Black Sam Bellamy, a name whispered with awe and a touch of melancholy. His story is one of meteoric rise, astonishing success, and a tragically abrupt end, leaving behind a legacy shrouded in both riches and regret. Bellamy's career, though brief, was nothing short of spectacular. He burst onto the scene with a ferocity and skill that quickly established him as a force to be reckoned with. Unlike many pirates who spent years building their reputations, Bellamy's ascent was swift and decisive. His strategic acumen, coupled with his undeniable charisma, allowed him to quickly amass a loyal and highly effective crew. They were not simply a band of cutthroats, they were a well-oiled machine, operating with remarkable efficiency and precision. His success wasn't built on random acts of violence, it was the result of calculated risks and expertly executed plans. Bellamy targeted lucrative vessels, choosing his targets with a shrewd understanding of the maritime trade routes and the valuable cargo they carried. He possessed a keen eye for opportunity, seizing the moment and maximizing his gains with ruthless efficiency. This wasn't simply about plunder, it was about strategic acquisition, a calculated approach that transformed him from a relatively unknown pirate into a legend in a remarkably short time. The sheer volume of treasure he amassed in his brief career is staggering. His ship, the Galley, became laden with riches, a testament to his prowess and the effectiveness of his crew. Accounts suggest his haul was immense, dwarfing the treasures of many of his contemporaries. He amassed a fortune that would make even the most successful merchants of his time envious. The sheer scale of his acquisitions cemented his position as one of history's richest pirates, a title earned not through years of accumulation but through a concentrated period of audacious and successful raids. But Bellamy's story is not just one of riches, it's also a tragedy. His meteoric rise ended as abruptly as it began. A violent storm off the coast of Cape Cod claimed both his life and the vast majority of his treasure. The Galley, laden with gold, silver, and other precious goods, sank beneath the waves, taking with it the bulk of Bellamy's fortune and leaving behind a bittersweet legacy. His tale serves as a poignant reminder of the precarious nature of wealth and power and the unpredictable nature of fate even for the most successful of pirates. The legend of Black Sam Bellamy, the Prince of Pirates, continues to fascinate, a testament to his remarkable achievements and his tragically untimely end. Black Sam Bellamy's rise to power was nothing short of meteoric. Unlike many pirates who spent years honing their skills and building their reputations, Bellamy's ascent was swift and dramatic. He didn't inherit a legacy or command a pre-existing crew. He forged his own path, quickly gathering a loyal following drawn to his charisma and strategic vision. His tactical brilliance and decisive actions in seizing valuable ships transformed him from a relatively unknown figure to a prominent player in the world of piracy in a remarkably short span of time. What sets Bellamy apart from many of his contemporaries, however, isn't just his remarkable success, but his surprisingly generous nature. While other pirates were often known for their brutality and ruthlessness, Bellamy cultivated a reputation for his surprisingly humane treatment of those he captured. He wasn't merely interested in plunder, he seemed to possess a code of conduct that stood in stark contrast to the often barbaric norms of piracy. Accounts suggest he treated his captives with respect, often releasing them unharmed after confiscating their valuables. This wasn't a strategic ploy, it seemed to genuinely reflect his personal beliefs. This generosity extended to his crew as well. Bellamy shared his spoils generously, ensuring his men received a fair share of the riches they acquired together. This egalitarian approach to wealth distribution fostered loyalty and camaraderie, solidifying his position as a leader who valued his crew not just as tools, but as partners in his ambitious ventures. This contrasted sharply with many pirate captains who often hoarded their treasures, leaving their crews with meager portions. Bellamy's approach demonstrates a different kind of leadership, one built on mutual respect and a shared sense of purpose. Moreover, Bellamy articulated ideals that diverged significantly from the common perception of pirates. He envisioned a world where wealth was distributed more equitably, a concept far removed from the brutal realities of the age. He spoke of sharing his riches with the poor and oppressed, a vision that, while idealistic, paints a picture of a man motivated by more than just personal gain. These ideals, while not fully realized during his short life, add a layer of complexity to his persona, challenging the simplistic notion of pirates as purely self-serving brutes. His actions and pronouncements reveal a fascinating paradox, a highly successful pirate who also displayed a surprisingly generous and even idealistic streak. This dichotomy enhances his legend, transforming him from a mere figure of historical interest into a compelling character whose life and ideals continue to spark debate and inspire fascination centuries later. The story of Black Sam Bellamy is thus not only a tale of incredible wealth and power, but also a compelling exploration of human complexity and the surprising contradictions that can exist within a single individual. His legacy, etched in both gold and tragedy, remains a captivating chapter in the history of piracy. The story of Black Sam Bellamy is inextricably linked to his flagship, the Witta Galley. This once proud vessel, a testament to Bellamy's success, became the repository of his immense fortune. It was a symbol of his power, a floating treasure chest carrying the spoils of countless daring raids. The Witta Galley, a former slave ship, was transformed under Bellamy's command into a fearsome pirate ship, sailing the seas with a crew eager to share in its riches. Its holds were filled with gold, silver, jewels, and other valuable goods, representing the culmination of Bellamy's short but incredibly successful career. However, the Witta Galley's story, like Bellamy's, is one of both triumph and tragedy. In April 1717, a violent storm off the coast of Cape Cod brought a swift and brutal end to both the ship and its captain. The storm, a sudden and unforgiving force of nature, overwhelmed the Witta Galley, sending it to the bottom of the ocean, taking with it the majority of Bellamy's treasure and the lives of many of his crew. The ship's demise marked a tragic end to a remarkable career, leaving behind a legacy shrouded in both riches and loss. The loss of the Witta Galley wasn't just a tragedy for Bellamy and his crew, it also shrouded a significant portion of his wealth in mystery. For centuries, the wreck remained undiscovered, a silent tomb beneath the waves. The vast fortune it carried, the culmination of Bellamy's daring raids, vanished into the depths, fueling centuries of speculation and legend. However, the mystery wasn't to remain unsolved forever. In 1984, Barry Clifford, a renowned marine archaeologist, located the wreck of the Witta Galley, marking a pivotal moment in maritime archaeology. This discovery not only confirmed the ship's fate but also opened a window into the world of 18th-century piracy. The excavation of the wreck yielded an astonishing collection of artifacts, providing invaluable insights into the lives and practices of pirates. Clifford's team unearthed a treasure trove of artifacts, including cannons, gold coins, jewelry, and personal belongings of the crew. These artifacts provided tangible evidence of the Witte galley's wealth and painted a vivid picture of life aboard a pirate ship. The recovery of these artifacts offered a unique glimpse into the world of 18th-century piracy, shedding light on the reality of life on the high seas, far removed from the romanticized versions often portrayed in literature and popular culture. The story of the Witte galley and its recovery serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring allure of piracy and the captivating mysteries that lie beneath the waves. The discovery of this legendary wreck transformed our understanding of Black Sam Bellamy and the golden age of piracy. Attempting to definitively rank the richest pirates in history is a challenging endeavor, hampered by the inherent limitations of incomplete historical records. However, by carefully examining available evidence and employing modern economic analyses, we can gain a fascinating glimpse into the sheer scale of their fortunes. While precise figures remain elusive, estimations based on the value of plundered goods adjusted for inflation and modern economic realities allow us to appreciate the staggering wealth these figures accumulated. Consider, for example, the estimated wealth of Captain William Kidd, a notorious figure whose name is synonymous with piracy. While his actual plunder was likely less than some of his contemporaries, the legends surrounding him and the sheer audacity of his exploits magnified his perceived wealth. Adjusting his estimated haul to modern values, we can imagine a fortune that would place him among the ultra-high net worth individuals of today, a testament to the lucrative nature of his chosen profession. Similarly, the wealth amassed by Bartholomew Roberts, also known as Black Bart, was considerable. His successful raiding campaigns targeted lucrative trade routes, resulting in the acquisition of a substantial fortune. Converting his plunder into modern-day currency provides a stark illustration of his financial success, placing him among the wealthiest individuals of his era and comparable to modern-day business magnates. Then we have the enigmatic figure of Henry Every, whose single daring raid yielded a treasure exceeding the wildest dreams of many pirates. The sheer magnitude of his plunder, adjusted for modern inflation, would place him in a category of wealth almost unimaginable in his time and comparable to some of the wealthiest individuals in the world today. His success illustrates both the potential rewards and the inherent risks associated with high-stakes piracy. Comparing these figures against the likes of Ching I Saw and Black Sam Bellamy presents further complexity. While Ching I Saw's wealth was likely substantial, her strategic alliances and control of a vast network of pirates made assessing her individual fortune a significant challenge. Similarly, Black Sam Bellamy's relatively short career, despite his remarkable success, resulted in a fortune that, while impressive, may not have reached the same astronomical heights as some of his more long-lived counterparts. Ultimately, while precise rankings remain elusive, comparing the estimated wealth of these legendary pirates using modern equivalents allows us to appreciate the vast fortunes they amassed and their place within the historical context of wealth and power. Their stories offer a captivating glimpse into the economic dynamics of the golden age of piracy and the extraordinary wealth generated through daring seafaring exploits. The sheer scale of their riches, when translated to modern terms, serves as a powerful reminder of the allure and the risks of a life on the high seas. The image of a swashbuckling pirate wielding a cutlass and shouting, "Shiver me timbers," is a romanticized portrayal far removed from the sophisticated strategies employed by history's most successful buccaneers. While brute force undoubtedly played a role, the wealthiest pirates were masters of strategy, leveraging a combination of naval tactics, strategic alliances, intimidation, and shrewd negotiation to amass their fortunes. Naval tactics were crucial. The ability to skillfully maneuver a ship, outwitting pursuers, and deploying effective offensive strategies was paramount. Successful pirates possessed a deep understanding of maritime warfare, utilizing the strengths of their vessels and exploiting the weaknesses of their targets. A well-executed attack, minimizing casualties and maximizing the value of captured goods, was a hallmark of the most successful pirate captains. Strategic alliances played a significant role in expanding a pirate's reach and influence. Forming alliances with other pirate crews or even negotiating temporary truces with rival captains allowed for the coordination of larger-scale operations, targeting richer prizes and spreading the risk. This collaborative approach maximized efficiency and minimized losses, a far cry from the lone wolf image often associated with pirates. Intimidation, while seemingly a straightforward tactic, was a finely honed art. The reputation of a ruthless pirate captain, coupled with the fearsome appearance of a well-armed ship, often proved sufficient to secure surrender without the need for a costly battle. The psychological impact of a fearsome reputation, expertly cultivated through strategically leaked tales of past exploits, was a powerful weapon in the pirates' arsenal. However, the most successful pirates also understood the value of negotiation. Many wealthy captains recognized that a peaceful surrender was often more profitable than a bloody battle. Negotiating favorable terms with captured merchant ships, ensuring the safe passage of valuable goods and minimizing damage, maximized profits and maintained the pirates' reputation as shrewd negotiators. This pragmatic approach allowed them to amass wealth consistently without resorting to unnecessary violence. The ability to combine these strategies, mastering naval tactics, forging strategic alliances, employing intimidation, and negotiating favorable terms, was the key to the success of history's richest pirates. Their achievements weren't solely the result of brute force but the culmination of careful planning, strategic thinking, and a pragmatic understanding of the economic realities of the sea. These skills allowed them to navigate the complex world of maritime trade and conflict, transforming them from simple brigands into remarkably successful entrepreneurs of the sea. The wealthiest pirates were, in essence, highly skilled businessmen operating in a lawless environment. The golden age of piracy wasn't simply a period of rampant lawlessness, it was a complex interplay of political instability and economic opportunity that created a fertile breeding ground for the rise of incredibly wealthy pirates. The success of these seafaring entrepreneurs wasn't solely a product of their own cunning, it was inextricably linked to the geopolitical landscape of the time. Weak governance played a significant role. The vast oceans, far from the watchful eyes of authorities, offered a sanctuary for pirates to operate with relative impunity. The lack of effective naval patrols, combined with the often corrupt or inefficient governance of colonial powers, created a power vacuum that pirates skillfully exploited. This lack of effective control allowed them to establish bases, plan raids, and consolidate their gains with minimal interference. Furthermore, lucrative trade routes provided the lifeblood of pirate wealth. The burgeoning global trade of the 17th and 18th centuries, with its rich cargo ships laden with gold, silver, spices, and other valuable goods, presented an irresistible target. The sheer volume of wealth traversing the oceans created a vast and tempting opportunity for ambitious pirates to plunder. The trade routes themselves, often poorly protected and vulnerable to attack, were effectively a pirate's playground. The economic factors in play were just as crucial. The expanding colonial empires, with their complex trade networks and often lax enforcement of maritime law, created a system ripe for exploitation. The economic competition between rival nations, coupled with the inherent risks associated with long voyages, created opportunities for pirates to prey on vulnerable merchant ships, effectively disrupting trade and enriching themselves. The political landscape, characterized by wars and conflicts between European powers, further fueled the growth of piracy. During times of war, naval resources were often diverted, leaving trade routes less protected and more vulnerable to pirate attacks. Pirates often played a strategic role in these conflicts, sometimes even allying themselves with one nation against another, further highlighting the complex relationship between piracy and the established political order. The success of the wealthiest pirates wasn't simply a matter of daring raids and skillful seamanship. It was a direct result of the chaotic political environment and the lucrative economic opportunities presented by the vast and largely uncontrolled oceans of the 17th and 18th centuries. The combination of weak governance, rich trade routes, and the economic instability of the era created the perfect storm that allowed these figures to accumulate their legendary fortunes. Their success serves as a stark reminder of the impact of political and economic factors on the historical development of piracy. Beyond the swashbuckling image and the tales of buried treasure, the success of history's richest pirates hinged on a surprisingly sophisticated business model. It wasn't simply a matter of seizing ships, it was a complex operation involving careful planning, efficient logistics, and a surprisingly structured system for distributing the spoils. Let's delve into the surprisingly organized economics of piracy. The logistics of plunder were far more intricate than one might imagine. Successful pirate captains didn't just stumble upon treasure, they meticulously planned their raids, targeting specific vessels carrying valuable cargo along well-established trade routes. Intelligence gathering, often involving informants or intercepted communications, was crucial in identifying lucrative targets. The swift and efficient execution of attacks, minimizing losses and maximizing the value of captured goods was paramount to success. This required meticulous planning and skilled coordination among the crew. The distribution of wealth within a pirate crew was a carefully orchestrated process. While the captain often received a larger share, a structured system of distribution often based on rank and contribution ensured the crew's loyalty and participation. This system, though far from equitable by modern standards, was remarkably organized considering the chaotic nature of pirate life. Fair distribution, or at least the perception of fairness, was essential in maintaining morale and preventing mutiny. This was crucial for the longevity and success of the pirate organization. Maintaining a pirate organization, however, presented unique challenges. The constant threat of betrayal, rivalries between crew members, and the need to evade capture demanded strong leadership and effective discipline. Pirate captains needed to be more than just skilled fighters. They needed to be adept managers, capable of maintaining order, resolving conflicts, and motivating their crews. The success of a pirate enterprise often depended on the captain's ability to create a cohesive and disciplined organization. The challenge of laundering the plundered wealth was significant. Pirates needed safe havens to sell their loot, often relying on corrupt officials or clandestine networks. The process of converting stolen goods into usable funds required careful planning and a network of contacts, highlighting the business acumen required for success in this hazardous profession. Successful pirates weren't just plunderers, they were adept at managing their finances and navigating the complexities of the black market. In conclusion, the economics of piracy were far more complex than simply raiding ships and burying treasure. It was a sophisticated business model requiring careful planning, efficient logistics, structured wealth distribution, and skillful management of the organization. The most successful pirates were not just skilled sailors and fighters but also shrewd entrepreneurs, demonstrating a remarkable understanding of business principles in the most unconventional of settings. This sophisticated system allowed them to accumulate immense wealth, leaving behind a legacy that continues to fascinate and intrigue. Popular culture often paints a romanticized picture of pirate life. Swashbuckling adventures, buried treasure, and a life of carefree rebellion. The reality, however, was far more complex and often brutal. Life aboard a pirate ship was a harsh existence, demanding both physical and mental resilience. Let's separate the myth from the reality. Contrary to popular belief, pirate ships weren't chaotic free-for-alls. A strict hierarchy existed, with the captain at the apex wielding absolute authority. Beneath him were officers, quartermasters, and a crew organized into specific roles, each with its own responsibilities and chain of command. Discipline was crucial for survival. Disobedience often resulted in severe punishment, sometimes even death. The romantic notion of a lawless band of rebels neglects the essential structure required to maintain a functioning and successful pirate operation. While the potential for riches attracted many to piracy, the daily grind was far from glamorous. Life at sea was arduous, demanding constant vigilance and hard labor. Cleaning, repairs, and navigation were essential tasks, consuming much of the crew's time. The threat of storms, disease, and starvation was ever present, and the risk of death in battle was a constant companion. The realities of life at sea were far removed from the swashbuckling adventures portrayed in popular fiction. The pirate code, often portrayed as a loose set of rules, was in fact a surprisingly formal document outlining the distribution of spoils, procedures for voting, and punishments for infractions. While it might not have been the epitome of legal formality, it provided a framework for maintaining order and resolving disputes within the crew. This structure was vital for the success and longevity of the pirate enterprise. It was far from the chaotic existence often depicted. Pirate life wasn't simply about plunder, it was about survival in a harsh and unforgiving environment. The romanticized image of carefree buccaneers overlooks the realities of disease, injury, and the constant threat of violence, both from rivals and from within their own ranks. The camaraderie and mutual dependence among crew members, forged in the face of adversity, were crucial for survival, but the dangers were undeniable. The reality of life aboard a pirate ship was far removed from the romanticized image often portrayed. While the allure of riches and rebellion attracted many, the daily life was a harsh and dangerous one. The structure, discipline, and constant dangers required a unique combination of resilience, skill, and adaptability, characteristics that helped shape the history of those who dared to sail the high seas. The myth of piracy often obscures the very real and often brutal realities. The Golden Age of piracy, a period of unprecedented maritime lawlessness, eventually met its demise. While the romantic image of swashbuckling pirates persists, the reality of their decline was a gradual erosion of their power, driven by a confluence of factors that fundamentally altered the balance of power at sea. One of the most significant factors contributing to the decline of piracy was the increasing naval power of European nations. As nations invested heavily in their navies, building larger, faster, and better-equipped warships, the ability of pirates to operate with impunity diminished. Improved naval strategies and coordination made it increasingly difficult for pirates to evade capture, significantly reducing their operational effectiveness. The once open seas became a more dangerous place for those operating outside the law. Technological advancements also played a crucial role. Improvements in ship design, particularly the development of faster and more maneuverable vessels, gave naval forces a significant advantage over pirate ships. The development of more powerful cannons and improved navigational techniques further tipped the scales in favor of legitimate naval forces. The pirates' technological advantage, once a key component of their success, began to erode, making their operations increasingly risky. Beyond naval power and technological advancements, stronger governance also contributed to the decline of piracy. As European nations consolidated their power and established more effective systems of law enforcement both on land and at sea, the safe havens and opportunities for pirates to operate dwindled. The increased cooperation between nations in suppressing piracy further reduced the pirates' ability to operate effectively. The days of lawless havens and corrupt officials turning a blind eye were numbered. The changing economic landscape also played a significant role. The expansion of legitimate trade and the strengthening of commercial regulations reduced the opportunities for lucrative piracy. The decline in the number of vulnerable merchant ships and the increased security measures adopted by trading companies made piracy less profitable and more perilous. The economic incentives that had once fueled piracy began to fade, contributing to its decline. The combination of increased naval power, technological advancements, stronger governance, and a shifting economic landscape effectively brought an end to the golden age of piracy. The once formidable pirate fleets became increasingly vulnerable, their operations more challenging and less profitable. The era of unchecked maritime lawlessness gave way to a period of greater order and control at sea, marking the end of a captivating but ultimately unsustainable way of life. The legend remained, but the reality was a fading chapter in maritime history. The echoes of the golden age of piracy resonate far beyond the historical accounts, weaving their way into the fabric of popular culture and shaping our enduring fascination with these maritime rogues. From thrilling novels and swashbuckling films to timeless legends and captivating folklore, pirates continue to capture our imaginations, their stories retold and reinterpreted across generations. The enduring appeal of pirates stems partly from the inherent romanticism associated with their lives at sea. The image of daring adventurers defying authority, battling the elements, and seeking untold riches has captivated audiences for centuries. This romanticized vision, often far removed from the harsh realities of pirate life, fuels the enduring allure of these figures, transforming them into larger-than-life heroes and villains in the collective consciousness. Writers and filmmakers have expertly capitalized on this inherent drama. The literary world has embraced pirate lore, offering countless novels, tales, and poems that explore the lives and adventures of these seafaring outlaws. From classic works that romanticize the exploits of famous pirates to modern interpretations that delve into the complexities of their characters and motivations, literature has played a pivotal role in shaping our understanding of this era. These narratives often embellish the historical realities, creating compelling narratives that grip readers' imaginations. The silver screen has also been a fertile ground for pirate stories, with countless films depicting their daring escapades, fierce battles, and buried treasures. From classic Hollywood swashbucklers to modern-day blockbusters, film has contributed significantly to the enduring legacy of piracy, presenting captivating visual representations of these historical figures and their exploits. These cinematic interpretations often blend historical accuracy with dramatic license, resulting in captivating spectacles that entertain millions. Beyond literature and film, pirates have become ingrained in popular culture through countless other mediums. From video games and theme parks to children's books and toys, their image continues to be recreated and reimagined, solidifying their place in popular culture and maintaining their enduring fascination. This widespread representation underscores the enduring power of these figures to capture our collective imagination and maintain a prominent place in contemporary society. However, beyond the romanticized narratives, the historical impact of pirates remains significant. Their actions, though often violent and lawless, shaped maritime history, influenced trade routes, and impacted the development of naval strategies and international law. Their legacy is a complex one, reflecting both the brutality and the ingenuity of these seafaring figures. Understanding this nuanced legacy requires a careful consideration of both their romanticized image and the historical realities of their actions. The pirates' impact is far more than just a thrilling tale, it is a significant part of maritime history. Beyond the glittering gold and the tales of plundered riches lies a fascinating exploration into the minds of history's most successful pirates. Their actions, often brutal and lawless, were driven by a complex interplay of motivations, ambitions, and personalities that defy simple categorization. To truly understand their rise to power, we must delve into the psychology of these figures, moving beyond the romanticized image and confronting the complexities of their characters. What drove these men and women to embrace a life of piracy? The lure of immense wealth was undoubtedly a primary motivator. The potential to amass fortunes beyond their wildest dreams, escaping the constraints of poverty and social limitations, was a powerful incentive. However, the allure of freedom and independence played an equally significant role. Many pirates, particularly those who were disenfranchised or marginalized, found in piracy a means of escaping societal norms and achieving a sense of autonomy. The open sea became a symbol of liberation. But ambition extended beyond mere wealth and freedom. Many successful pirates were driven by a thirst for power and recognition. They sought to establish their dominance over the seas, commanding respect and fear from their crews and their rivals. This ambition manifested itself in various ways, from the strategic planning and tactical brilliance demonstrated by some captains to the ruthless efficiency with which they managed their crews and their plunder. Their success was not simply a matter of luck, but a testament to their leadership skills and their ability to inspire loyalty and fear in equal measure. The personalities of these pirate leaders were as diverse as their backgrounds. Some were known for their charisma and their ability to inspire loyalty among their crews, creating a sense of camaraderie and shared purpose. Others were ruthless dictators, ruling through fear and intimidation. Blackbeard's infamous beard, meticulously adorned with lit fuses, was a powerful psychological weapon, instilling terror in the hearts of his enemies. This psychological warfare, alongside his strategic planning, contributed to his success. The psychology of these figures extends beyond their individual characteristics to encompass the dynamics of their crews. Successfully navigating the hierarchical structure of a pirate ship required a delicate balance of discipline, reward, and intimidation. Captains who could effectively manage these dynamics, fostering a sense of shared purpose while maintaining control, were more likely to succeed in their ventures. The ability to inspire loyalty, to create a sense of community, and to effectively distribute the spoils of piracy were essential to maintaining order and achieving success. The pirate captain was not merely a leader, he was a manager, a strategist, and a psychologist. Understanding this multifaceted role is essential to comprehending the rise of these powerful figures. The romantic image of pirates often overshadows the ethical complexities inherent in their actions. While popular culture frequently portrays them as swashbuckling rebels, the reality of their lives involved violence, theft, and the disruption of established trade routes. Examining piracy through a moral lens requires us to confront the suffering inflicted upon their victims and the broader consequences of their actions. The most immediate victims of piracy were the crews and passengers of the ships they attacked. These individuals faced the terror of violent encounters, the loss of their possessions, and often the brutal reality of death or enslavement. The psychological trauma inflicted upon survivors cannot be overlooked, adding a layer of human cost often absent from romanticized accounts. Beyond the immediate victims, the impact of piracy extended to wider communities. Piracy disrupted international trade, causing economic hardship for merchants, shippers, and the communities dependent on these trade routes. The uncertainty and insecurity created by pirate activity discouraged investment and hindered economic growth, resulting in significant financial losses and widespread economic instability. This economic impact extended beyond immediate losses, creating a ripple effect that affected numerous stakeholders and long-term economic stability. However, the ethical considerations of piracy extend beyond the immediate consequences of their actions. The very act of rebellion against established authority raises complex questions about justice, legitimacy, and the nature of power. While the governments and institutions that pirates defied were often corrupt and exploitative, their methods were equally ruthless and brutal, suggesting a moral ambiguity that complicates any simplistic judgment. Were they simply criminals or something more? Were they justified in their actions? The moral complexities surrounding piracy are further heightened by the internal codes and structures observed within pirate communities. Many pirate crews operated under a surprisingly well-defined set of rules and regulations, demonstrating a form of self-governance and social organization. While these rules often involved harsh punishments, they also provided a framework for resolving disputes and maintaining order within the crew. This internal order contrasts sharply with the chaos and violence they inflicted upon others, highlighting the internal contradictions at the heart of pirate society. Ultimately, assessing the ethics of piracy requires a nuanced approach that considers the multiple perspectives and conflicting interests involved. While the romantic image of the pirate continues to capture our imaginations, a thorough understanding of this historical phenomenon necessitates a careful examination of the violence, the economic disruption, and the moral complexities inherent in this chapter of maritime history. It is in this critical analysis that we can gain a truly complete understanding of their legacy. While our focus has been on the wealthiest pirates, the golden age of piracy was a vibrant and chaotic period teeming with numerous other compelling figures. These lesser-known pirates, while perhaps not accumulating the same legendary fortunes, played significant roles in shaping the landscape of maritime crime and deserve recognition for their contributions, however nefarious. Consider Bartholomew Roberts, known as Black Bart, a Welshman who terrorized the Atlantic for just over 3 years. His ruthlessness and tactical prowess made him a formidable opponent, capturing an impressive number of vessels before his demise in a fierce battle. His relatively short but impactful career stands as a testament to the rapid rise and fall of many pirate captains. And Bonnie and Mary Red, two women who defied societal norms and carved out remarkable careers in the male-dominated world of piracy, are also worthy of mention. While their exact wealth remains uncertain, their courage, skill, and defiance of gender roles make them iconic figures in pirate lore. Their stories continue to inspire awe and intrigue, challenging traditional narratives and enriching the overall tapestry of pirate history. Sailing the Indian Ocean, we encounter Captain William Kidd, a figure shrouded in both legend and controversy. Initially commissioned as a privateer, Kidd's transition to piracy and subsequent capture and execution make his story a cautionary tale of ambition and betrayal. While his wealth may not have reached the heights of others on our list, his name remains synonymous with the allure and the perils of piracy. Another fascinating figure is Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard. While his wealth might not top the charts, his strategic use of psychological warfare and his reputation for brutality cemented his place in pirate legend. His intimidating appearance and unconventional tactics made him a force to be reckoned with. His impact transcended his financial gains. These are just a few examples of the many pirates who contributed to the rich and complex history of this era. Their stories, while perhaps less well documented, add depth and nuance to our understanding of the golden age of piracy. They remind us that the world of piracy was not merely populated by a handful of enormously wealthy individuals, but by a diverse cast of characters, each with their own unique story of ambition, adventure, and ultimately consequence. Their contributions, though often overlooked, are integral to the complete picture of this fascinating and often violent period. Their stories enrich the narrative and highlight the many untold tales of this age. The allure of pirate treasure extends far beyond the romanticized tales spun in novels and films. The hunt for lost riches continues to this day, fueled by ongoing archaeological discoveries that unearth fragments of the past and keep the mystery alive. These discoveries not only reveal clues about the lives and fortunes of these notorious figures, but also shed light on the broader maritime history of the era. Oceanographers and archaeologists are constantly exploring the depths, searching for sunken pirate ships and their hidden treasures. Each discovery, however small, adds a piece to the puzzle, offering glimpses into the lives and activities of these elusive figures. The recovery of artifacts, cannons, navigational instruments, personal belongings paints a vivid picture of life aboard these vessels, offering insights into their daily routines, their technological capabilities, and even their personal lives. The search for pirate treasure isn't just about unearthing gold and jewels. It's also about uncovering historical information that can reshape our understanding of the golden age of piracy. The discovery of shipwrecks provides valuable data about shipbuilding techniques, navigational practices, and the weapons and equipment used by pirates. This information allows historians and archaeologists to reconstruct the lives of these individuals with greater accuracy and detail, moving beyond the myths and legends to reveal the complexities of their reality. One of the most exciting aspects of these ongoing discoveries is the potential for uncovering previously unknown pirate hideouts or caches of treasure. Legends of hidden stashes fuel the imagination, and the possibility of uncovering these lost fortunes continues to drive exploration and research. Each new discovery sparks renewed interest and excitement, reminding us that the mystery surrounding these figures remains far from solved. The enduring appeal of pirate treasure is a testament to the enduring fascination with these figures. Their rebellious spirit, their daring adventures, and the sheer mystery surrounding their fortunes continue to captivate audiences worldwide. The ongoing discoveries, however incremental, serve as a reminder that the hunt for pirate treasure is far from over and that the secrets of these legendary figures may still be waiting to be revealed. The ocean holds many more secrets, and the search continues to unravel the mysteries of the past, one artifact, one shipwreck, one treasure at a time. The thrill of the chase, the quest for lost riches, and the tantalizing possibility of rewriting history are what keep this treasure hunt perpetually alive. Why are we so captivated by pirates? Why, centuries after the golden age of piracy, do these figures of rebellion and maritime crime continue to fascinate us? The answer is multifaceted, woven from threads of adventure, rebellion, and a touch of romanticized outlawry. Pirates occupy a unique space in our collective imagination. They represent a rejection of societal norms, a life lived on their own terms, far from the constraints of established authority. This rebellious spirit resonates deeply, appealing to our own innate desires for freedom and independence. The pirate's life, however brutal in reality, is often portrayed as a thrilling escape from the mundane, a constant adventure on the high seas. Popular culture has played a significant role in shaping our perception of pirates. From classic literature like Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island to blockbuster films like Pirates of the Caribbean, pirates are consistently portrayed as charismatic rogues, skilled fighters, and masters of their own destiny. These portrayals often gloss over the darker aspects of piracy, focusing instead on the excitement and allure of the pirate life. The treasure, of course, is a major draw. The glittering gold, the precious jewels, the promise of untold riches. These elements contribute to the romanticism surrounding pirates. The idea of finding a hidden treasure, of unearthing a lost fortune, fuels the imagination and taps into our deepest desires for wealth and prosperity. But the fascination with pirates goes beyond simple treasure hunts. It's also about the inherent mystery surrounding these figures. Many pirate stories are shrouded in legend and folklore, adding to their mystique and enduring appeal. The incomplete records, the unanswered questions, the hidden stashes, these elements of uncertainty contribute to the enduring allure of pirates. Moreover, pirates represent a form of self-governance, a rejection of established hierarchies, and a creation of their own social structures. This aspect appeals to our understanding of the human desire for autonomy and self-determination. Their codes, often more egalitarian than those of the societies they defied, adds another layer of complexity to their appeal. In conclusion, the enduring fascination with pirates stems from a potent cocktail of adventure, rebellion, mystery, and the promise of untold riches. These figures, though often brutal and ruthless, continue to capture our imaginations, reminding us of the enduring human desire for freedom, adventure, and the thrill of the unknown. Their legacy, complex and multifaceted, remains a source of endless fascination. The stories of pirates, passed down through generations, often blend fact and fiction in a captivating, yet sometimes misleading, narrative. Separating the truth from the embellished tales requires careful examination of historical records and a critical eye towards the biases that have shaped our understanding of these figures. Early accounts of pirates, often penned by those who directly clashed with them or profited from their downfall, tended to portray them as ruthless villains, emphasizing their brutality and violence. These narratives, designed to demonize and discredit, often lacked nuance and objectivity, serving more as propaganda than accurate historical accounts. The image of the bloodthirsty pirate, a savage threat to maritime trade, was carefully cultivated to justify the harsh measures taken against them. However, as historical research has progressed, a more complex and multifaceted picture of pirates has emerged. Detailed study of ship logs, court records, and personal accounts reveals a far more nuanced reality. While undoubtedly violent, pirates also exhibited surprising levels of organization, discipline, and even a rudimentary form of democracy within their crews. Their strategic alliances, their sophisticated navigation techniques, and their ability to adapt to changing circumstances paint a picture of individuals far more complex than simple thugs. The romanticized image of the pirate, fueled by popular culture, often obscures the harsh realities of their lives. The depiction of pirates as swashbuckling adventurers, constantly engaged in exciting battles and treasure hunts, is a far cry from the day-to-day reality of cramped ships, disease, hard labor, and the constant threat of violence. The glamorous portrayal, while entertaining, often overlooks the brutality, the lawlessness, and the devastating impact piracy had on the lives of innocent victims. Modern scholarship seeks to rectify these historical imbalances. Historians are increasingly utilizing diverse sources to paint a more accurate picture of pirate life, challenging the simplistic narratives of the past. This includes examining the social and economic factors that contributed to the rise of piracy, analyzing the legal frameworks that governed or failed to govern the seas, and exploring the broader geopolitical context within which piracy flourished. By critically examining historical sources and separating fact from fiction, we can gain a more comprehensive and nuanced understanding of the golden age of piracy and the individuals who shaped it. This approach allows us to appreciate the complex historical context, the human stories behind the legends, and the enduring legacy of these controversial figures. Only then can we truly understand the impact of piracy on history and its continued allure in the present day. Contrary to popular imagination, pirate life wasn't simply a chaotic free-for-all. While undoubtedly lawless, pirate crews operated under surprisingly well-defined structures and codes of conduct, revealing a level of organization and governance often overlooked in romanticized portrayals. These weren't disorganized bands of brigands, they were, in many ways, self-governing societies afloat. The Pirate Code, a set of unwritten rules and traditions, governed various aspects of shipboard life. These codes, while varying slightly from crew to crew, typically addressed issues of fair distribution of plunder, disciplinary procedures, and the responsibilities of crew members. They provided a framework for resolving disputes, maintaining order, and ensuring a degree of equality among the often diverse and disparate members of the crew. One striking aspect of the Pirate Code was its emphasis on democratic decision-making. Many crews elected their captain, a process that involved a vote among the crew members. This stands in stark contrast to the rigid hierarchies of the Royal Navy, illustrating the rebellious spirit and egalitarian ideals that underpinned pirate society. The captain, while holding ultimate authority, was accountable to the crew, and decisions regarding the ship's direction, targets, and even disciplinary actions were often made through a process of collective agreement. The articles or written agreements were another important component of pirate governance. These documents often outlined the rules and regulations governing the crew's conduct, the division of spoils, and procedures for dealing with infractions. They served as a kind of social contract, clarifying expectations and ensuring a degree of fairness and transparency within the crew. This structured approach to governance played a vital role in maintaining order and cohesion within a group operating outside the bounds of established law. Punishments for violations of the Pirate Code ranged from flogging to marooning, abandoning a crew member on a deserted island, demonstrating the seriousness with which the rules were taken. However, the Pirate Code also included provisions for fair treatment and equitable distribution of resources. The sharing of the spoils of piracy, a cornerstone of pirate culture, was often regulated by a carefully defined system, ensuring that even the lowliest members of the crew benefited from their collective efforts. The Pirate Code and the various systems of governance illustrate the surprising level of organization and structure found within these seemingly lawless groups. They reveal a society operating outside of conventional societal norms, yet with its own internal rules and mechanisms for maintaining order and resolving conflicts. These structures reveal a deeper and more complex reality to pirate life, challenging the simplistic narratives often portrayed in popular culture. They demonstrate that even in the realm of piracy, there was a system, a code, and a remarkably structured society at sea. The history of piracy, often depicted as a male-dominated world of swashbuckling adventurers, reveals a surprising number of women who defied societal norms and carved out significant roles for themselves in this dangerous and lawless world. Challenging the predominantly male-centric narratives, these women not only participated in piracy but also played crucial roles in leadership, strategy, and even the governance of pirate crews. Contrary to popular misconceptions, women weren't simply relegated to the sidelines or confined to roles as camp followers. Many women actively participated in raids, battles, and the overall operations of pirate ships. Their contributions ranged from navigation and combat to managing resources and maintaining the ship. They were integral to the success of pirate operations, demonstrating skills and courage that often exceeded societal expectations of their time. One of the most prominent examples is Qing Shi, also known as Zheng Yi Sa, a formidable pirate queen who commanded a vast fleet in the South China Sea during the early 19th century. Her strategic brilliance, her ability to forge alliances, and her ruthless efficiency made her a force to be reckoned with, establishing a pirate empire that challenged the authority of established powers. Qing Shi's success shattered the glass ceiling of the maritime world, demonstrating that women could not only survive but thrive in the cutthroat world of piracy. And Bonnie and Mary Red, two infamous female pirates operating in the Caribbean, further challenged the traditional image of female roles in piracy. These women, known for their skill in swordsmanship and their participation in sea battles, actively engaged in plunder and defied gender norms through their participation in the violent and dangerous aspects of pirate life. Their courageous acts and defiance in the face of patriarchal society earned them legendary status and continue to inspire fascination today. The presence of women in piracy highlights the inherent flexibility and adaptability of pirate societies. Unlike the rigid social structures of the time, pirate crews were often more open to diversity and egalitarianism, allowing women to assume roles and responsibilities that were largely unavailable to them in mainstream society. The willingness to accept women as active participants demonstrates a departure from the traditional gender roles and expectations of the era. The stories of these women, and undoubtedly many others whose contributions remain undocumented, challenge the established narratives of piracy and offer a more complete and nuanced understanding of this complex historical phenomenon. Their presence serves as a potent reminder that the history of piracy is richer and more diverse than often depicted, and that women played a pivotal and often underestimated role in shaping this fascinating chapter of maritime history. Their tales serve as a testament to their courage, resilience, and their ability to overcome societal barriers in pursuit of adventure, freedom, and a life beyond the confines of traditional gender roles. The golden age of piracy wasn't just a tale of daring raids and buried treasure. It had profound and far-reaching economic consequences, significantly impacting global trade routes and the fortunes of merchants and empires alike. The disruption caused by pirate activity wasn't merely a localized problem, it rippled across the globe, affecting the flow of goods, the prices of commodities, and the overall economic stability of nations. The most immediate and obvious impact was the direct loss of goods and wealth. Pirate attacks resulted in the seizure of valuable cargoes, including spices, silks, precious metals, and other luxury items, causing substantial financial losses for merchants and trading companies. These losses weren't just confined to individual ships, they accumulated to represent a significant drain on the global economy, affecting the profitability of trade routes and the overall economic strength of nations heavily reliant on maritime commerce. Beyond the direct losses, the constant threat of pirate attacks led to increased insurance premiums for merchant vessels. Shipping companies had to factor in the risk of piracy when calculating their costs, leading to higher prices for goods and impacting the competitiveness of various trade routes. This indirectly increased the cost of goods for consumers, creating economic ripple effects felt across different sectors and societies. The economic consequences extended beyond the direct financial losses and increased insurance costs. The constant threat of piracy forced merchants to adopt defensive measures such as arming their ships, hiring armed guards, and altering their routes to avoid known pirate hotspots. These added costs further increased the price of goods and made maritime trade a riskier and more expensive venture. The need for increased security measures diverted resources away from other economic activities, impacting the overall efficiency and productivity of global trade. Moreover, the uncertainty and instability caused by piracy discouraged investment in maritime trade. Merchants and investors were hesitant to commit significant resources to ventures that faced a high risk of being plundered, leading to a decline in maritime activity in certain regions and a shift in trade routes. This had significant implications for port cities and economies that depended heavily on maritime trade, leading to job losses and economic stagnation. Governments also bore the brunt of the economic consequences of piracy. They faced pressure to protect their trade routes and their merchants, leading to increased military expenditure and the deployment of naval forces to combat piracy. The cost of suppressing piracy imposed a significant burden on national budgets, diverting resources away from other crucial areas such as infrastructure development and social programs. The economic disruption caused by piracy, therefore, had far-reaching consequences that extended beyond the immediate victims of pirate attacks. It created a complex web of economic effects that impacted merchants, governments, and the global economy as a whole. The specter of piracy cast a long shadow over maritime history, leaving a legacy that extended far beyond the Golden Age itself. The fear instilled by these seafaring marauders profoundly impacted maritime security, shaping the development of naval strategies, legal frameworks, and technological advancements designed to combat the threat. The very existence of pirates forced nations and merchant companies to continually adapt and innovate in their efforts to secure trade routes and protect their vessels. The response to the escalating threat of piracy wasn't uniform. Different nations adopted various approaches, reflecting their individual resources, strategic priorities, and political landscapes. Some nations focused on establishing strong navies capable of patrolling key trade routes and engaging pirate ships in direct combat. Others adopted a more diplomatic approach, forging alliances with other nations to share intelligence and coordinate anti-piracy efforts. The development of sophisticated naval strategies, including improved ship design, navigation techniques, and communication systems, was directly driven by the need to counter the ever-evolving tactics employed by pirates. Beyond military might, legal frameworks were also developed to address the problem of piracy. International treaties and agreements were established to define piracy, clarify jurisdictional issues, and facilitate cooperation between nations in prosecuting pirates. These legal frameworks laid the groundwork for a more coordinated global response to piracy, establishing a foundation for international maritime law that continues to evolve even today. The technological advancements spurred by the need to combat piracy were equally significant. Innovations in ship design, such as reinforced hulls and improved weaponry, made merchant vessels more resistant to pirate attacks. Advancements in navigation and communication technology allowed ships to better avoid pirate-infested waters and to summon assistance more effectively in case of an attack. The development of more powerful cannons and other naval weaponry, driven by the need to suppress piracy, also had a profound impact on naval warfare in general. The impact of piracy extended beyond the purely military and legal spheres. It influenced the development of insurance practices, as shipping companies sought ways to mitigate the risks associated with piracy. The growth of maritime insurance became a crucial aspect of the maritime industry, playing a vital role in managing the economic risks associated with seafaring trade. The legacy of piracy, therefore, is not just one of daring exploits and buried treasure, but also one of innovation, adaptation, and the development of sophisticated security measures designed to protect maritime trade and ensure the safety of seafarers. The challenges posed by piracy throughout history continue to shape the landscape of maritime security even in the modern era, reminding us of the enduring impact of these notorious seafaring outlaws. The relationship between piracy and colonialism is far more nuanced than a simple dichotomy of villain and victim. While pirates undoubtedly preyed upon merchant vessels and colonial shipping, their activities sometimes inadvertently served to challenge and undermine the power of colonial empires. This complex interplay deserves careful examination, moving beyond simplistic narratives to reveal a more intricate reality. Colonial expansion relied heavily on the secure transport of goods and resources across vast oceans. The success of colonial enterprises was directly tied to the ability to maintain control over maritime trade routes. Pirates, by disrupting these routes and seizing valuable cargoes, directly challenged the economic foundation of colonial power. Their attacks not only caused financial losses but also created uncertainty and instability, undermining the perceived invincibility of colonial rule. Furthermore, pirates often operated in areas where colonial control was weak or contested. They exploited gaps in colonial authority and the often porous boundaries of colonial territories to establish bases and conduct operations. In this way, they inadvertently became agents of disruption, challenging the legitimacy and authority of colonial administrations in peripheral regions. Their presence served as a constant reminder of the limitations of colonial power and the precariousness of colonial control. The social composition of pirate crews also reflects the complex relationship between piracy and colonialism. Many pirates were former sailors, indentured servants, or marginalized individuals who had experienced the harsh realities of colonial exploitation firsthand. Their turn to piracy can be seen, in some cases, as a form of rebellion against the injustices and inequalities of the colonial system. They challenged the established social order, rejecting the hierarchical structures and oppressive systems of the colonial world. Moreover, the romanticized image of the pirate, often portrayed as a rebellious figure defying authority, inadvertently resonated with those who felt oppressed by colonial rule. The pirate's defiance of powerful empires, even if motivated primarily by self-interest, became a symbol of resistance and freedom for some, further complicating the narrative surrounding their activities. It's crucial to acknowledge that piracy was undeniably a violent and criminal enterprise. However, viewing piracy solely through the lens of simple criminality overlooks the complex ways in which it interacted with and challenged the structures of colonial power. Their actions, whether intended or not, contributed to the disruption and destabilization of colonial empires, adding a layer of complexity to the historical narrative of colonialism and its impact on the world. Understanding this intricate relationship allows for a more comprehensive understanding of both piracy and the historical context in which it flourished. The image of the pirate has undergone a dramatic transformation over the centuries, evolving from that of a ruthless criminal to a romanticized figure of rebellion and adventure. Initially, pirates were viewed with utter fear and loathing. They were seen as lawless thugs, preying on innocent merchants and disrupting vital trade routes. Governments offered substantial rewards for their capture, and their names were synonymous with terror and chaos on the high seas. Their actions were condemned unequivocally, and their existence was a constant threat to the stability and prosperity of maritime empires. However, as time passed, the public perception of pirates began to shift. The romanticization of pirates began subtly, fueled by tales of daring exploits and hidden treasures. These stories, often embellished and exaggerated, focused on the adventurous aspects of pirate life, downplaying the brutality and violence that characterized much of their activities. The allure of riches, freedom, and rebellion proved irresistible to many, transforming the image of the pirate from a feared criminal to a charismatic outlaw. This shift in perception was further amplified by the rise of popular culture. Literary works, theatrical performances, and later, films and television shows portrayed pirates in increasingly favorable lights. Characters like Captain Kidd and Blackbeard were transformed into larger-than-life figures, embodying the spirit of rebellion and challenging the established order. These fictional portrayals emphasized their daring exploits, their camaraderie, and their defiance of authority while often glossing over or minimizing their criminal acts. The romantic image of the pirate, often clad in flamboyant attire, wielding cutlasses and pistols, sailing under the black flag, became firmly entrenched in popular imagination. This image was further reinforced by the treasure-hunting aspect of pirate lore, fueling the fascination with buried gold and untold riches. The combination of adventure, rebellion, and the allure of hidden wealth has created an enduring appeal that continues to capture the public imagination. This romanticized image, however, should not overshadow the reality of pirate life. Many pirates were brutal criminals who engaged in violence, theft, and murder. Their actions caused immense suffering and economic hardship, and their legacy is far from uncomplicated. Yet, the enduring power of the romanticized pirate image highlights the complex interplay between historical reality, cultural interpretation, and the construction of popular myths. The pirate, a figure once feared and condemned, has become an enduring symbol of rebellion, freedom, and the pursuit of adventure, a testament to the shifting sands of public perception and the enduring power of storytelling. The allure of pirate treasure remains a potent force in the human imagination, a siren song echoing through centuries. The stories of untold riches, buried on deserted islands or hidden in secret coves, continue to inspire countless treasure hunts and fuel an enduring fascination with the possibility of unearthing forgotten fortunes. While much of the legendary pirate wealth has undoubtedly been discovered or lost to the ravages of time, the tantalizing possibility that significant caches remain hidden fuels the ongoing search. The legend of Captain Kidd, for example, continues to draw treasure hunters to the shores of the Caribbean and beyond. His supposed buried treasure, a pot of gold at the end of a historical rainbow, remains elusive, inspiring generations of would-be buccaneers to scour the landscape for clues. Similarly, the whispered tales of Blackbeard's hidden hoard, a booty amassed through years of daring raids and cunning deception, still spark the imaginations of those who dream of striking it rich. These are not merely tales of fantasy, they are rooted in the historical reality of piracy and the vast sums of wealth that changed hands during the Golden Age. The search for pirate treasure is not simply a quest for riches, it's a journey into the past, a thrilling exploration of history's murky depths. Each unearthed artifact, each discovered shipwreck, each tantalizing clue brings us closer to understanding the lives and times of these legendary figures. The thrill of the hunt is intertwined with the allure of discovery, the potential to uncover not just gold and jewels, but also invaluable insights into a bygone era. The enduring mystery of pirate treasure also speaks to our inherent fascination with the unknown, our desire to unravel the secrets of the past. The very act of searching, of delving into historical records, deciphering cryptic maps, and exploring remote locations, taps into a primal human instinct, the quest for something beyond the ordinary, something extraordinary. The possibility of stumbling upon a forgotten treasure chest, filled with gold doubloons, glittering jewels, and exotic artifacts, represents a tangible link to a world of daring adventures and forgotten empires. Furthermore, the search for pirate treasure often involves a blend of meticulous research, advanced technology, and sheer perseverance. Modern archaeologists, historians, and treasure hunters employ a diverse range of tools and techniques, from sophisticated sonar equipment to historical document analysis, to uncover clues and locate potential sites. The process itself, a fascinating blend of science and adventure, is as compelling as the potential rewards. The enduring mystery of pirate treasure is not just about the gold, it's about the ongoing quest for knowledge, the relentless pursuit of answers to historical enigmas, and the undying human fascination with the untold riches that might still lie hidden, waiting to be discovered. Our journey through the lives and fortunes of history's richest pirates has revealed a surprising truth. These figures weren't simply brutal thugs, they were shrewd businessmen, skilled navigators, and, in some cases, surprisingly effective leaders. Their amassed wealth, when adjusted for inflation, dwarfs even the fortunes of many modern billionaires, a testament to their audacious exploits and the chaotic geopolitical landscape of the golden age of piracy. We've uncovered astonishing details of their cunning strategies, their intricate networks, and their ability to leverage instability to their advantage, accumulating unimaginable riches in the process. The figures we've explored, from the infamous Blackbeard to the lesser-known but equally wealthy Henry Every, illustrate the complex interplay of violence, cunning, and opportunity that defined this era. Their stories are not just about the sheer accumulation of wealth. They are about the power dynamics at play, the challenges of managing large crews, the risks involved in operating outside the law, and the ultimate consequences of their chosen paths. These were men who operated on the fringes of society, defying established power structures and challenging the norms of their time. Beyond the sheer monetary value of their plunder, the impact of these pirates extends far beyond their lifetimes. Their actions significantly disrupted global trade, forcing governments and merchant companies to adapt and innovate in their strategies to combat the persistent threat. Advances in naval technology, legal frameworks, and insurance practices were, in part, a direct response to the challenges posed by piracy, shaping the evolution of maritime commerce for centuries to come. The legacy of these figures, therefore, is far more complex than simply one of criminal activity. It is a legacy that intertwines with the history of maritime power, colonialism, and the ongoing struggle for control of the world's oceans. The enduring fascination with pirates, however, stems not only from their historical impact but also from the romantic image they've cultivated in popular culture. The tales of daring escapes, buried treasure, and rebellious defiance have captivated audiences for centuries, transforming these figures from feared criminals into symbols of adventure and rebellion. This romanticized image, while often overlooking the brutality inherent in their actions, speaks to the enduring human fascination with stories of daring exploits and the pursuit of freedom, even if that freedom comes at a cost. In conclusion, the story of history's richest pirates is a multifaceted narrative, one that encompasses wealth, power, adventure, and a lasting impact on global history. Their astonishing riches, their strategic acumen, and their complex legacy continue to fascinate and inspire, reminding us of the enduring allure of rebellion, the pursuit of fortune, and the enduring mystery of the sea. Their tales resonate even today, prompting us to consider the complex interplay between history, myth, and the enduring power of the human spirit. The staggering wealth amassed by these historical figures compels us to consider the nature of wealth and power itself. We've examined the astonishing sums accumulated by pirates like Black Sam Bellamy and Henry Every, sums that, even adjusted for inflation, would make them billionaires in today's world. But what does this tell us about the nature of wealth in different eras? What does it say about the power structures that these pirates challenged and the systems they ultimately disrupted? Their success, built on audacious raids and often brutal violence, stands in stark contrast to the modern world's emphasis on legitimate business practices and legal frameworks. However, it's crucial to remember that their wealth wasn't solely the result of brute force. Many successful pirates employed sophisticated strategies, demonstrating a keen understanding of naval tactics, international trade routes, and the political landscape of the time. They formed alliances, managed crews, and even engaged in a form of early capitalism, investing their plunder and managing their resources with surprising business acumen. Their stories remind us that wealth accumulation, even in its most illicit forms, requires more than just violence. It often involves strategic planning, risk assessment, and a degree of organizational skill. The enduring allure of pirate lore isn't simply about the gold and jewels, it's about the intoxicating blend of freedom, rebellion, and the pursuit of unimaginable riches. These figures operated outside the established order, defying the constraints of societal norms and challenging the established power structures of their time. They represented, in a way, the ultimate outsiders, living by their own rules and pursuing their own ambitions regardless of the risks. This resonates deeply with our own cultural narratives, where the underdog often captures our imagination and our admiration. The enduring appeal of pirate stories also reflects a fundamental human desire for adventure and escape. The romanticized image of the pirate, the swashbuckling captain, the hidden treasure, the daring escape, taps into our innate yearning for excitement and a life less ordinary. These tales offer a glimpse into a world far removed from the mundane realities of everyday life, a world where anything is possible and the rewards for daring are potentially limitless. This is likely why the image of the pirate, even with its darker undertones of violence and lawlessness, has endured for centuries, continuing to inspire and captivate audiences today. Finally, reflecting on the pirates' wealth in a modern context compels us to confront the disparities of wealth and power that still exist in our world. The immense fortunes amassed by these historical figures highlight the enduring human desire for wealth and the lengths to which some will go to obtain it. Their stories, while cautionary tales in many respects, also prompt reflection on the complexities of wealth distribution, the ethical considerations of accumulating vast fortunes, and the lasting impact of power imbalances throughout history. Their legacies are a reminder that the pursuit of wealth in any era is a complex and often morally ambiguous endeavor. So, we conclude our voyage into the world of history's richest pirates. We've charted a course through treacherous waters, encountering figures whose names echo through the annals of maritime history, men who defied kings, plundered empires, and amassed fortunes beyond imagination. But why, centuries later, does the allure of piracy persist? Why do these figures, despite their often brutal actions, continue to capture our imaginations and inspire countless tales of adventure? The answer, I believe, lies in the complex interplay of several factors. First, there's the undeniable romanticism inherent in the pirate legend. The image of the swashbuckling captain, the hidden treasure, the daring escape from the clutches of the law, these are elements that tap into our deepest desires for adventure, freedom, and the thrill of the unknown. Pirates, in their defiance of authority and their pursuit of unimaginable wealth, represent a rebellion against the mundane, a rejection of societal norms, and a yearning for a life lived on one's own terms. Secondly, the enduring mystery surrounding many pirate figures adds to their appeal. Incomplete historical records, lost treasures, and the vast expanse of the ocean itself all contribute to an aura of intrigue and speculation. The very act of searching for lost pirate gold, whether literally or metaphorically, taps into our innate curiosity and our desire to uncover hidden truths. This element of mystery keeps the legend alive, fueling countless books, films, and games that continue to explore the fascinating and often contradictory world of piracy. Moreover, the pirate stories reflect a deeper truth about human nature, the enduring pursuit of wealth and power. These figures, in their ambition and their ruthlessness, represent the extremes of human desire and the lengths to which individuals will go to achieve their goals. Their tales serve as cautionary tales, offering a glimpse into the potential consequences of unchecked ambition and the ethical complexities of accumulating wealth through violence and exploitation. Yet, simultaneously, their stories also spark a sense of awe and wonder at the audacity of their actions and the scale of their accomplishments. Finally, the enduring appeal of pirates lies in their ability to adapt and evolve within our cultural narrative. From feared criminals to romanticized symbols of rebellion, the pirate image has shifted and changed over time, reflecting the evolving values and perspectives of each era. This adaptability ensures that the pirate legend continues to resonate with new generations, constantly reinventing itself to fit the changing landscape of popular culture. In conclusion, the enduring allure of piracy is a testament to the power of storytelling, the enduring human fascination with adventure and rebellion, and the enduring appeal of untold riches and hidden mysteries. The stories of these historical figures, however complex and morally ambiguous, continue to capture our imaginations, reminding us of the enduring human spirit and its capacity for both extraordinary achievement and profound darkness. Their legacy is a reminder that history is a tapestry woven from threads of both heroism and villainy, and that the most captivating stories often lie somewhere in between.